One complaint that a lot of users of QuickBooks Online have is just how oddly the date can be formatted in certain reports. And so, particularly, I'm a big user of the GL report. I know a lot of our customers at Amalgam are big GL users, and just like one of the issues is just the way the date's formatted. As you can see here, this space 2024-01-01. It's just not really conducive. It's not in the format that Excel really recognizes as a date. So I've got a little trick here that I use a lot and share with users that can be effective for you, whether you're on Amalgam or not. So basically, I want to get this date and I want to get it into a form that I can use. So I'm going to use the date function, and then I'm going to set the year, month, and day based on that. So let's start. We'll start with equals date function, and then I want to capture my year. So my year, I want to capture 2024. And I can use the sort of left, but I can't, right? Because I've got these spaces. Also, you'll see the spaces are inconsistent. Down here, I've got more spaces than up here. So I like to use the trim function, which will take away all of the spaces. So I'll start there, trim, that's my text. And then I want to pull the left of that. So I'm actually going to wrap it in a left. So the left, then trim is the text. So it's just the string without the spaces. And then I want those four characters. So that would be just my year section. Same thing goes for, I'll actually do the day next because that's sort of easier. Same thing, if there's any spaces afterwards, I can use the trim function again, and I can close that, and I'll wrap that in a right function. So we'll take the last two, and that will create our day. And then in the middle, I want the month, right? So I'll do again my trim. I'll select my cell, but I want to use the mid function in this case. So mid, how it works is it takes your text, and then where do you want to start? What is your starting text number, and then how many characters? So my month is always going to be 2 characters, in this instance 0, 1. I just need to find it. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the year 5, and then so the 6th character is the beginning, so I'm going to hit 6, and then I'm going to go 2 characters long. So you can see here I've got my date function, and then my year is trimmed for just the left 4 cells. My month is trimmed, and then I'm taking the 2 characters starting with number 6, and then the right, which is my day, is just taking my rightmost. And so that should pull in my date. There you go. So now I'm date formatted. I can use this across the field. Obviously, some of these aren't dates, so it's going to give me some errors. We don't love that, so why don't we use a little IFERROR function, if I can spell. There we go. There's our IFERROR. If that's the value, if not, what do we want it to return? We'll just say we'll do some dashes here, something like that to make it nice. So we can see for the line items where we have a date, we've got it captured. If we don't want a date, there we go. So here I'll hover over it again so you can see the formula. I'll also put it in the comments, and there you go. There's your little date formatting when you get that inconsistent data set coming out of QuickBooks Online.